Day 9. This is seriously the quickest TVP series ever. But I will say, for the first time in this series, a game did reach the 10-minute mark, getting into that double-digit minutes.
Indeedy doody do. Indubitably boopy boo. Let's introduce the players. Mike Lamond in the right position. Looked a little fragile in games 1 and 2 when he was pretty much slapped around like a small trout. Now showing he has answers to some of the craziness that's being thrown at him. It's Dignitas.Bischu.
Day 9, you got to be careful talking about trout, man. Or, no, I guess Oregon's more about salmon. I was going to say all the Oregonians will go after you, but it's all about salmon up there in Oregon,
I thought they were trout watching, and you were like, Sean, don't offend the trout.
Don't offend the troutists. But anyways, down in the bottom center, it is indeed going to be TaeJa, showing us that he can beat you at any stage of the game at all. And, I mean, you were mentioning before, when we used to watch him, he was a late-game player. I feel like in the most recent tournaments and games of his that I've cast, he has been a mid-game player.
Yep.
And now it looks like he is an early-game player. So how do you practice going against TaeJa? I don't even know where to begin.
I mean, maybe in 2 months, he'll just be a designer on the BattleNet interface. He just keeps backing up more and more. And it looks like TaeJa, TaeJa, this is what I love about the idea of psychology in a best-of-5. Look at the SCVs he has queued up. He is declaring, I want to go for command center first.
Proxy command center in the base, SCV rush all in, wins at the 3-minute mark.
Unbelievable.
I agree, Day 9, but it does look like he is indeed going to be going for that expand first. Down it goes, and we do have the singular gas on the way for Bischu, gateway on the way. So now we just kind of have to see exactly what Bischu's going to do here. But it's not a super early expand, as he does have that gas.
And this is really going to be Bischu's test. He's been thrown 3 crazy curveballs in the first 3 games. How is he going to answer now? Is he going to be returning back to his old normal play? Often you'll see players chrono boost out a Zealot or 2 right now. He is building Zealot #1, but he hasn't sacrificed anything. I'm really curious to see if he's going to be spending that extra chrono boost. We see it saving up a little bit. Pretty typical. You can throw it down on your Stalker if you so need, but right now, TaeJa's pretty much siloed in his play. He has to get these 2 barracks to defend on the map that has this wide an entrance. And knowing TaeJa, he'll probably follow up with 3 more barracks and continue attacking, or go straight for the Banshee.
And we have seen him do a lot of drops as well, which given the spawns, that could be very viable, although with these spawns, there's really only one angle that you can successfully drop at, and that's going to be the left side of Bischu's base. The Zealot is going to go ahead and move out here, scout what's going on, and can actually kind of get inside the main base if he so desires, as he is already queued up to go that way. And you can see this map is not 4 spawns, as he has scouted the top left, will soon scout the top right. Down goes the Nexus here for Bischu. And, I mean, everything's looking kind of standard. There is a second Zealot, which, what do you think about that?
I love this opening that Bischu's doing. If it's the one that I so presume that it is, he's going to be going Zealot, Zealot, Sentry, Sentry, Stalker, all before Warp Gate Research. And look at this, Bischu's actually getting the chance to poke up into the main. He should pull that Zealot back. It's a completely terrible loss if you lose that first Zealot. It's going to take a little bit of hull damage, but as long as he hooks it correctly up and left, he'll be fine. But Bischu! Okay.
Ooh,
now he's pulling back. Yeah, and there's 2 more gateways coming up. It will line up with Warp Gate Research, and then he can do a nice push. There's the chrono boost on the Sentry as well. He's going to get 5 units out of the gateway before Warp Gate Research finishes, and it's an excellent way to just break down the front door right away. And I think he's going to be able to break down it, honestly. The bunker is going down, but there's only 2 barracks.
Yeah, and you got to remember that with those double sentries, the force fields will be able to block that off. But I love how he's also going to be following this up with the Nexus here. We do see a probe moving out on the left side. Down goes the pylon. The positioning of this is beautiful, by the way, as it's very difficult to scout, but very easy to reinforce. And I think right now that TaeJa is not going to have any idea that this is headed his way. He does have the 1 bunker right now, and is just continuing Marine production off 2 barracks. But guess what? He's adding on a tech lab here, so he's only going to have a couple of Marines. The factory not even halfway done just yet. So, Day 9, how's this shaping up here for TaeJa?
I mean, Bischu's doing everything absolutely perfectly. He's adding on all the probes he needs to, and here comes the warp in rounds. He already has 1 warp in round. He's going to do a second one. Could be of just Stalkers if he really wants to try to break down the front door right now. And it looks like TaeJa's going to miss it entirely. And there's 1, 2 Stalkers. Where's Stalker number 3? There it is. Front door looks like it may very well be going down, as it is empty.
No Marines in it either.
Oh, no, TaeJa! TaeJa getting a little taste of his own medicine, as now the bunker will fall immediately, and Bischu waltzes up into the main base. What will TaeJa's answer be?
There's really no answer. I feel like right now, because he's making Hellions and Marines, which is not going to be enough to hold this off. He's trying to counterattack with just Marines. That's going to get kited all day by those 3 Stalkers that have just warped in. So the important thing is going to be the main base of TaeJa. He's losing a lot of SCVs, but over at the expansion for Bischu, it's taking some heat, but there's no way that these Marines are going to be able to kill off these Stalkers. A little bit of micro from Bischu should be able to hold it off, and maybe just not even micro it there. Doesn't even matter as he has too much SCVs pulled off the line now. They've all been almost killed, though. Take a look at the units tab. It's 14-26, and there's the GG. What? What are we watching in this series?